welcome you for the 2021 CMI President's Dinner. The Chartered Manager Award is the ultimate badge of excellence in management and leadership.
And the winner is Simon Jahako.
To win the award tonight's made me really proud, quite surprised to be honest, but really great to have a lot of the hard work and progress I've made as a leader to be acknowledged.
The Volunteer of the Year Award.
And the winner is Katie Kelly.
Winning the award was a lovely surprise, really. I've been volunteering with the CMI for about 7 years now, on and off in various different capacities, so it's just brilliant to be recognised for my hard work and the hard work of the CMI Women Hub as well, because obviously it's supported by a number of volunteers behind me.
Our Management Book of the Year Award.
And the winner is The Future Leader by Jacob Morgan.
To be here tonight celebrating lots and lots of achievements and just being around people. The atmosphere was exciting, it was palpable, but more importantly, it was very, very engaging.
Welcome to the CMI Partner and Learner Awards 2021. In a year that's brought about unique challenges creating unprecedented turbulence, we have seen remarkable innovation from our partners as we all work to help create better managers and leaders. We want to celebrate and learn from the best through the CMI Partner and Learner Awards. Our shortlisted nominees and winners were carefully chosen by an independent judging panel of leading industry figures. Many thanks to all of our judges for their expertise and diligence in choosing this year's winners. Competition was strong and decisions tough. We start with the award for Apprentice of the Year, awarded for significant progression and consistent commitment to personal and professional development. First, we have a high commendation, and that's awarded to Joanna Saunders. Congratulations to you. But the winner, and taking the trophy, CMI Apprentice of the Year. It's Deepak Ravindran. Congratulations to Deepak and to the Henley Business School. Deepak's shown extraordinary adaptability to the ever-changing landscape of medical care during the pandemic. His analysis has been used to create a business case for the pain clinic to go digital as part of the hospital's wider recovery plan. CMI Apprentice of the Year, Deepak Ravindran.
This has been a great honor to be given, and to be one of 30,000. This is a thrill beyond all words.
Next, the CMI Student of the Year, which recognises a high level of attainment as well as a clear contribution to their own personal and professional development. The winning CMI Student of the Year is Colin Stevenson. Congratulations to Colin and to the University of Leicester School of Business. Colin's MBA project around switching children from liquid to tablet form medicine highlighted his talent for harnessing research and innovation in order to improve operational efficiency and outcomes for patients. Our CMI Student of the Year, Colin Stevenson. The next award is Outstanding Innovation and Delivery, presented to a CMI partner who has demonstrated remarkable innovation in the design and delivery of their management and leadership programs. There are 4 strong finalists vying for the title. One of those was highly commended by the judges, and that's Challenges Catalyst. Well done to you. But the Outstanding Innovation and Delivery winner is Acipio. Acipio was shortlisted for this award due to its original take on management and leadership training for the College of Policing. Within this training, Acipio worked with CMI to offer management and leadership qualifications at levels 5 to 8. CMI Outstanding Innovation and Delivery winner, Acipio. Next, the Learning Provider of the Year, which recognises one of our non-HE partners for exceptional positive effects on learner experience, professional development and impact in the workplace. And these are the finalists. From those great nominees taking the Learner Provider Award. It's Exeter College. The vision of Exeter College is to shape the future by delivering excellence and to realise the ambitions of learners. Their extensive work with employers of all sizes has helped promote opportunities for local businesses and communities through engagement with employers and learners. Congratulations to the CMI Learning Provider of the Year, Exeter College. Our final award is for the HE Partner of the Year, awarded to one of our higher education partners for delivering an outstanding positive impact on student experience, professional development and employability. There are 4 strong finalists. From those, one was highly commended by the judges, and that's Henley Business School, University of Reading. Congratulations. But the winning HE Partner of the Year is University of Huddersfield. The University of Huddersfield has demonstrated its commitment to management through the development of their staff community, as well as students as chartered managers. Focusing on their work to develop their people managers and their student population as part of a wider student employability agenda makes them a very worthy winner.
So to win this award feels fantastic. It's been many years really that we've been working on CMI qualification for staff, but the reason that we've applied for this award this year is that we're now actually embedding CMI qualifications into our student population and giving them access to all the benefits that you get being a member of the CMI.
Congratulations to the CMI HE Partner of the Year, the University of Huddersfield.
Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you all at our CMI President's Dinner 2021 on this Armistice Day. Tonight we celebrate our community of members, partners, supporters, and award winners. I'm delighted that we can all be here IRL, in real life, in such a stunning venue, one where innovators and challengers have been celebrated since 1852. But the truth is, the pandemic has made innovators and challengers of everyone in this room. I'm sure you can all think of ways that you worked differently in 2021 than you did in the years before. And many of these differences have been positive shifts born out of the necessity of times of crisis. For me personally, a real highlight has been my weekly virtual Better Managers briefings I've done with over 110 of our companions and other amazing leaders, many of whom are here tonight. It's been an inspiring experience for me and for our community, and it makes me ask, why ever didn't I do it before? From these discussions, I've seen many positive shifts. One of the biggest is the rise of a more empathetic and listening leadership style. As one CEO put it, I've actually gotten to know my colleagues better than ever before, first and foremost as human beings. Indeed, we've seen into each other's homes, we've seen our pets and our kids crawling about. We've also opened up about our struggles. Well-being has become the #1 management concern in CMI surveys, and most of us have communicated more regularly and more humanly as we've coped together with common challenges. New technologies came into our lives at breakneck speed. As one managing director said, "We've delivered 7 years of our digital transformation strategy in 7 days." Zooms, Teams, Meet, they're all second nature to us now, as we've navigated virtual live streams, meetings, conferences, and town halls. Still, no matter what the tech, "You're on mute" has become the most popular phrase in the English language. Importantly, we've realized, skeptics included, that work is something you do, not just somewhere you go. And those working from home have astonished their leaders and themselves with their productivity. This has benefited many with caring responsibilities and is set to continue. An overwhelming 85% of managers say they still want to work flexibly post-pandemic. And half tell us they fear losing folks if they don't continue to offer it as a business-as-usual option. One chairman told me employees are now at the top of organization stakeholder wheels like never before. And they're less fearful of raising their voice in the chat to call out values gaps between themselves and their leaders, often with impact. This has forced some CEOs to change their minds and others to change their jobs. But this revolution has not been in any way uniform. We're all aware of the disproportionate impact the pandemic has had on certain groups and sectors: women, ethnic minorities, young people, and those in hard-hit sectors like hospitality. And our research with the Work Foundation has highlighted the risk that these groups fall even further behind post-pandemic. This is why CMI's mission of turning accidental managers into conscious and capable leaders has never been more important. Your relationship with your line manager is the biggest single influence on your happiness at work and the second biggest factor on your happiness outside of work. So being a good boss is even more important in a marathon crisis like COVID. I'm extremely proud of Team CMI's work this past year to support our members, our extended community through these difficult times with new research, innovative advice, and resources to help people be better leaders. Thanks to all of them here tonight hosting your tables. Our Better Managers Manual, a free best practice guide, received record online views, and our award-winning Move the Dial on Race Report and Gender Pay Gap Toolkit with the Equality and Human Rights Commission have been widely used and shared as well. We launched CMI Bite Size to cater to the growing demand for online microlearning, whilst our digital diagnostic allowed our learners to assess their strengths and weaknesses and to suggest ways that they can improve and then monitor those improvements. We independently prove the value of CMI's dual accreditation, and we know that we help young people to find better, higher paid jobs faster by boosting their employability skills. What links these resources together are CMI's values of being practical, inclusive, and progressive. We know this is how we best serve our community. And I'm delighted to say that community is going from strength to strength. We're now over 170,000 strong, and last year saw us break the 100,000 mark for active learners for the first time. This, alongside record social media growth, 171 events globally, and over 1.5 million minutes of content viewed over the past year, gives me confidence to restate what I said before. CMI's mission has never been more important. Looking to next year, I'm excited by the opportunities. We launched the new Chartered Management Consultant Award in partnership with the MCA after a successful pilot. And there are now over 500 chartered management consultants and over 1,500 on their way, with 40 firms accredited, including many major firms represented here tonight. I'm proud to be on the Advisory Council for the government's innovative Help to Grow management program aimed at smaller businesses. We're working together with HMG to help promote the program and to ensure that Help to Grow is only the first step in these leaders' management learning. Management apprenticeships are growing in popularity. Our starts at CMI grew by 15%, and we've doubled the number of endpoint assessments we undertook compared to previous years. We're a finalist in 5 awards at the Federation of Awarding Bodies celebration, which is also tonight, so I will have my fingers crossed. We continue to share CMI's expertise globally. About half our digital audience is global, and international membership is growing. Our boards in Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, and Sri Lanka continue to go from strength to strength, and we completed a successful virtual trade mission to Pakistan with the Department for International Trade. I'd like to finish on one final thought as you dig into your starters. A senior leader in the NHS said to me, "We must not, whatever we do, simply restore factory settings as we emerge from this COVID crisis. So my plea to you is, collectively, let's all seize the unique opportunity we have here and now to improve how we lead and manage. Let's innovate and challenge to increase the humanity, purpose, sustainability, and inclusivity of our everyday behaviors for ourselves, our colleagues, our organizations, our children, and our children's children. Let's reinvent what good leadership looks like. Tonight, we celebrate two leaders, Alison Rose and Pinky Lalani, both of whom exemplify this new definition of leadership. They bring to life the modern mindset of innovation and challenge this venue sought to celebrate over 150 years ago. But importantly, we recognize and celebrate everyone, all of you in our CMI community tonight. You're all role models. Let's work together to change how we work and make us all better human beings. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Your Royal Highness, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, my inevitable task now is to try and compete with the lemon thyme crusted lemon tart, which I hope that most of you have enjoyed. But I have to say I'm delighted to join you in person tonight for this President's Dinner, and particularly to be able to be here to congratulate our award winners in such amazing surroundings and with such glamorous and illustrious people. Now, last year we held this event virtually, and while the evening was a beacon in a tough year, I'm beyond grateful to be able to address you all in person tonight. But first, I must pay tribute to His Royal Highness, the Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. The Duke of Edinburgh was associated with CMI for 50 years, having become an honorary fellow in 1969 and subsequently royal patron in 1992. During the Duke's tenure as patron, CMI led the debate on the future of management and leadership, the gender pay gap, employee well-being and engagement, as well as talent management and diversity. We will be forever honoured that he attended our 2017 President's Dinner shortly before his retirement from public life, and before handing over the patronage of the CMI to Her Royal Highness, the Countess of Wessex, in 2019, who we are equally honoured has joined us this evening, as well as being with us virtually last year. Your Royal Highness, please accept our heartfelt gratitude for your continued support. Next year marks CMI's 75th anniversary, and it's worth remembering that the organisation was founded at another time of economic rebuilding, in the aftermath of World War II. It was recognised then, as it is now, that if we are to improve the standard of management, we would drive up the performance and productivity of individual organisations and nations. As part of the 75th celebration, I'm excited to be leading a commission looking at the skills and behaviours that we need to equip managers and leaders for the next 75 years. I'm joined by an extremely talented and illustrious group of business people, thought leaders and parliamentarians, many of whom I'm delighted to say are with us tonight. I can't wait to share the output with you all next year of our work, alongside the wider celebrations that CMI has planned. Education is at the heart of what CMI does, and tonight I've got the privilege of telling you about the strides CMI is making in its mission to increase the number and standards of professionally qualified managers. Now, I take no credit for any of this, but in my second year as president, the momentum with which CMI is building is a credit to Anne and the whole team, and to all of our partners here tonight who are involved in delivering that mission. To give you just a flavour of some of the achievements we're celebrating, from the past year. The number of new learners registering on a CMI course broke 60,600. It's helped CMI's community of active learners reach over 100,000 for the first time, and we're currently sitting at over 120,000. Almost 8,000 apprenticeship endpoint assessments were completed, which is double the amount of the previous year. More important than being great business outcomes, these represent progress against our shared aims of delivering the better managers the UK needs. There are too many highlights to cover them all, but I really am so proud of CMI's work, and again would congratulate Anne and all of the team for going above and beyond in what has been one of the most demanding years any of us have known. There is, however, one further achievement that I'd like to mention. In October last year, CMI achieved Platinum Investor in People status. Now, this is particularly close to my heart. Those of you who know me will know that employee wellbeing has been a keystone of my career. I joined the John Lewis Partnership as a graduate trainee in 1982, and on my first day, I was told the supreme purpose of the organisation was the happiness of the people that work there. Academic evidence has since shown that there is a link between a happy and engaged workforce and high levels of productivity and profitability. And recent work has shown that the most important relationship in the workplace is that between the employee and their manager. And there is almost 100% correlation between that relationship and how happy and engaged people feel. And that's why I'm standing in front of you tonight, because I passionately believe that management and leadership is the biggest determinant of whether people are happy at work and their well-being. To bring my remarks to a close, Anne spoke earlier about the need to avoid restoring factory settings, and I completely agree. And I would include within that the UK's traditional approach to management and leadership training. The ONS suggests that 1 in 4 of the UK's working age population are managers, or 8.1 million people. We can't go back to just hoping that these people will know instinctively what to do, particularly when we consider the challenges of the future. If we are going to deliver a better, greener, fairer world for the next generation, we're going to need more professionally qualified managers and leaders. And I'd like to thank you all for supporting CMI in that crucial mission. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to move on to the presentation of our Gold Medal and Lifetime Achievement Awards. This evening we are celebrating 2 fantastically successful business leaders who embody the values that CMI believe in. More than that, they are the epitome of role models and sponsors, focused on ensuring that the path they've taken is easier for others to follow in the future. It's now my honour to present this year's Gold Medal Award, and I'm delighted to announce that this year's winner is Alison Rose. Alison was appointed Chief Executive of NatWest Group plc in 2019, having joined the bank as a graduate in 1992. The first woman to lead one of the UK's Big Four banks, Alison has previously been shortlisted for the Most Influential Woman in Banking, Investment Banking Awards by Financial News, included in Women in FinTech Power List, and named in Vogue's top 25 most influential women. CMI's board of companions felt that Alison Rose had led an incredible transformation, including full rebrand and digital transformation at NatWest Group in her first year as CEO, despite the challenges of COVID. Alison leads with humility and is aligned directly with CMI's values, and indeed our two biggest pieces of thought leadership this year, Management Transformed and Moving the Dial on Race. A passionate supporter of diversity, she personally sponsored all of NatWest's employee-led networks for the last 5 years, demonstrating the importance of senior leaders and organisations in living their values. She was commissioned by the UK government to report on the barriers to women starting businesses. She now sits on the Rose Review Board and is responsible for driving forwards its recommendations, using her position to support fairness to the next generation. Alison's appointment as CEO was met with much celebration across the City of London, and to be able to award the gold medal to an outstanding leader and role model who has achieved so much in such an unprecedented year is truly remarkable. As Anne mentioned earlier, when the secret got out about this year's gold medal award winner, we received an extraordinary testimonial from one of the people that Alison manages. It read, "She's authentic, engaged, and if she sees that the team are facing a barrier, she actively does something about it. She's a true leader. It's meant the world to me to have her champion me, so I'd like to champion her." So, Alison, congratulations.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness, Lord Price, and of course everyone at CMI for giving me this award. It is actually it's a huge honour and incredibly humbling, especially to be among all of you and the esteemed company I'm joining of people who've received this award. This evening is all about leadership and recognising leadership, and it is a topic that I've had plenty of cause to reflect on recently, not just with my own appointment of becoming CEO, but also leading a group of incredibly passionate and committed individuals through the COVID epidemic, the economic recovery that we are moving into, and also the climate challenge we face, which is one of the largest challenges I think we will all face in our generation. As Anne spoke earlier and Lord Price mentioned, I think now is a moment to rethink our usual business practices and find a way to make our workplaces and societies better. And last week at Glasgow, many leaders made the same point. These external factors, the pandemic, the recovery, the climate challenge, have had a big impact not just on my organisation, but everybody in their day-to-day lives and anyone leading a business, and they will do for many years to come. And they define the decade for everyone who comes behind us and works with us. As a leader, my role is to give my team the confidence they need to face these challenges head on, and also give them the skills and direction they need to overcome them. So at NatWest, we're really focused on equipping our colleagues for the future and providing the leadership necessary. And at the heart of that, I think, is one of the key principles of the CMI, which is about being a learning organisation. And that's not just about learning and development and skills, it's about mindset. It's about encouraging colleagues to be open-minded, to be more proactive, to investigate, to be humble and recognise we don't have all the answers, and give people the confidence to be inquisitive, to fail, to challenge and learn from each other. And I think this mindset also encourages and embraces individuality, which is a real asset in any business. Leadership which is informed by a diverse range of voices serves a wider range of people, and that diversity of thought leads to better decisions. I think many of us who have been leaders for a long time recognise the perils of groupthink and the perils of avoiding and not listening to talent just because it's younger and different and from different backgrounds. And I think there's a real recognition in my organisation, as there will be in many of yours, that no two people will have the exact same experience, and that is fantastic because they then can help us all be better leaders. We have to be willing to learn from others as well, and so one of the things I'm trying to foster is to learn from others outside of my sphere of influence, so bankers can learn so much from our customers, from our employees and from other organisations. So forming partnerships. I think the days of being a leader with fortresses around your organisation are long gone. We have to collaborate to solve the biggest challenges that we face. And I think one of the things that the pandemic has taught us is that we're stronger together. Businesses and communities started to feel its impact and started to work together. And for me personally as a leader, I'm truly humbled by the incredible response of my colleagues. And I think that is a really important part of being a leader. Listening to the people in your organisation, because often the people who are doing the job at the coalface in different challenges have the answers to most of the challenges we're all facing. And frankly, I've never been more humbled to lead my organisation as I have been over the last 18 months. As colleagues decided to turn our head office into a food bank or a vaccination centre, or to help the most vulnerable members of our society to deal with the challenges ahead. So as a leader, I'm influenced and inspired by my colleagues, and I think that is the future of leadership, working together, working in partnership, being humble and learning on a constant basis. At NatWest, we've set out the bank to be a purpose-led organisation, one that contributes really fully more broadly than just a bank, but as a humble member and a contributing member of society to hopefully drive and solve the biggest challenges with our customers. And it is my colleagues who are the inspiration, people like Debbie Phillips, who is here tonight as one of my colleagues who inspires me every day. And they are the individuals who really make a difference. So thank you hugely for this wonderful award. I'm truly honoured, but it really goes to all of my colleagues who inspire me to be a better leader. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alison. And so tonight's last award is our Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'm delighted to say that it is going to be awarded to Pinky Lalani, CBE. Pinky Lalani has an outstanding track record over her career as an author, high-profile food experts, working with the likes of Tesco and Sharwood's, and as a leader. In 1999, she founded the Asian Women of Achievement Awards, an annual event to acknowledge the achievement of Asian women in Britain. Pinky is an internationally acclaimed champion for women. In 2006, she founded the Women of the Future Awards, a portfolio of global events, projects, and networks that support women, celebrate their talent and successes, and in doing so, help to pry open the female leadership pipeline. Over the last 25 years, Pinky has moved the dial on diversity and inclusion agenda, driving real action through collaboration, partnership, and innovation. Whether through her unique Spice Magic initiative, combining motivational speaking with Indian cuisine, or the Kindness and Leadership 50 Leading Lights list, which recognises and celebrates the role of kindness in business and society, the engaging ways that she seeks to educate leaders and teach best practice is an inspiration to us all. The Board of Companions felt that Pinky's enormous contribution to inclusivity, over her career closely aligned to CMI's work on the benefit of both gender and ethnic diversity. The board also felt that her focus on kindness within leadership fits so closely with the importance of human leadership that CMI has championed so much in recent times. She has dedicated her career to opening up routes of progression and celebrating the achievements of others, to ensure the next generation of leaders better represents every aspect of society. It is this selfless work which makes her such a clear role model and thoroughly worthy of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. Pinky, would you like to come up, please, and receive your award? And now I'm very pleased to say that Pinky's going to say a few words.
Oh, they're not that few. I just said, Your Royal Highness, distinguished guests, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply grateful for your kind invitation and your generous award. This honour takes on a special distinction for me because it is from the CMI, one of the most renowned and respected organisations in the world. But also it is in the presence of so many distinguished individuals from the world of management and business. Whilst I have helped organise 42 awards ceremonies over 22 years, giving awards is at the centre of what I do. But getting an award, I must confess, puts me in unfamiliar territory. So I approach this evening with deep trepidation. I'm going to share a little bit about my story with you, which has 3 segments really, is food, women and kindness. Now, it's a great time to be living in the UK. Diversity is high on the agenda, and I can tick off all the boxes. I'm a woman, ethnic minority, a Muslim woman, an older woman, and I am disabled. You may wonder in what way I am disabled. I'm actually profoundly deaf. 28 years ago, I developed a very serious hearing problem, and I wear 2 very powerful hearing aids. I tell people this up front because sometimes when someone asks me a question, I give a totally doolally answer. Like the time when someone asked me, how long do I take to make a curry? And I heard, how long have you been in the country? So I said, 40 years. So they said, we're not coming to your house for dinner. So I came to the UK over 40 years ago when I met my husband and married him in 3 weeks in India. He had done no due diligence whatsoever. He thought he'd got a good Indian wife who could cook, but I had never been inside the kitchen, as we were fortunate enough to have the most wonderful chef in Calcutta. So I came to this country not knowing anyone and not knowing how to cook. I had no aspirations of working, but learned to cook very quickly as I love having people over. Even now, I must confess, I invite random people I meet on trains over for a meal and host many business meetings at home, always with lunch. So if anyone would like a curry lunch meeting, I would welcome you very warmly anytime. What followed then was consulting with some of the major supermarkets in developing their Indian food range, and then everyone said I should write a cookbook, which I self-published because I was too lazy to find a publisher. After selling the first 100 copies to my best friends and relatives, I was stuck with thousands of copies and decided I would call the bookstores and see if they would stock my book. The conversations ended very quickly when they realized I was not a celebrity and not a TV personality. I decided I needed to be creative, so I asked one of the bookstores if I could bring my electric wok and cook spicy Bombay potatoes in 5 minutes. I guess one of them sensed my desperation and said yes. The smell of garlic and coriander drew in the crowds, and it has become my modus operandi. And it continues till today, except in very different settings. The corporate world has replaced the bookshops. The last outing of the walk was actually to the Bank of England just before the pandemic, and my invitation to the Liverpool Football Club is outstanding, so I'm looking forward to that. So I talk about leadership and I cook at the same time, hedging my bets always, in case the talk does not go well. Potatoes, garlic and coriander can save the day. I haven't brought my walk along with me today, so I have to get this right. The other part of my life centers around the empowerment of women. I set up the Asian Women of Achievement Awards, frustrated by the stereotyping that was often rampant in society. People thought Indian women stayed at home and cooked onion bhajiyas. One of the first questions I was asked when I came to the UK was, do you walk 2 steps behind your husband, being a good Muslim woman? To which I always said, no, I walk 10 steps behind him so he doesn't know what I'm getting up to. And of course, at Indian parties, I was always asked by men, what does your husband do? It would not occur to them that perhaps I do have a career. I got so tired of being asked that question, so when they asked me that question, what does your husband do? I said he plays blackjack, and that was the end of the conversation very quickly. They weren't interested anymore. It was actually Madeleine Albright who once said, there's a special place in hell for women who don't help other women. And the threat of help perhaps spurred me on to redouble my effort in the gender space. And we now have 11 Women of the Future programs spanning the globe. We have discovered incredible talent and given a platform and amplified the voices of emerging women leaders from so many different sectors and countries. Our alumni include Liv Garfield, who became the youngest CEO of a FTSE 100 company, Rachel Tanner, who was part of the Oxford COVID-19 vaccine trial group, and Noor Adlika, who at Durham University was part of an international NASA team who discovered a hidden supermassive black hole in a nearby galaxy. But even the most talented of these women need platforms, communities, and champions. And I'm so thrilled that one of those champions, who is simply in a class of her own, is here with us today, our gracious global ambassador, Her Royal Highness the Countess of Wessex. Thank you so much for everything you do. To me, leadership is multifaceted. It is about integrity, it is about passion, it is about resilience, it is about courage, it is about humility, it is about curiosity, but most importantly for me, it is about kindness. Kindness is the DNA of all our programs, but we think it is so important that we have a program totally devoted to it. Kindness Leadership 50 Leading Lights, which we not only do in the UK, but have extended it to Asia-Pac this year. I'm so delighted that 3 very special women who have been on our kindness list are here tonight, Alison Rose, Tamara Box, and Jackie Scully. When leaders are kind, they go from being successful to being significant. They leave an unforgettable legacy. It's my belief that through kindness, leaders can get more done, because kindness alters the chemistry of leadership. People do things not because someone has instructed them to, but because they feel motivated to. Kindness also triggers virtuous momentum. Kind actions lead to further kind actions. Aldous Huxley, at the end of a very rich and full life, said, "It's a little embarrassing that after 45 years of research and study, the best advice I can give to people is to be a little kinder to each other." And to end with, I will end with a personal story about how kindness is never forgotten. About 20 years ago, one of my supermarket clients wanted to taste different cuisines. So I took her to a Burmese restaurant in Edgware Road called Mandalay. It was a small restaurant with just 8 tables, and the owner was going to every table and talking to the guests. When he came to our table, he asked me where I was from, and I said, "I'm from Calcutta." And he said, "You know, I am alive today because of the kindness of an Ismaili gentleman who saved my life when I escaped from Burma in the Second World War and I came to Calcutta." I was intrigued and I said, "I'm an Ismaili. Maybe I know the family. Calcutta is quite a small place." And he said the gentleman's name, who I've never been able to thank ever since then, his name is Khan Bahadur Dasani. And I said, that's my grandfather. So 60 years after the event, he hadn't forgotten the kindness of this gentleman who saved him during the war. I would like to say a very special thank you to my family, who in typical Indian style are all here with me tonight. My husband, my sister from Washington, D.C., my sons, my daughter-in-law, and with them here tonight, I have two very special young women, Gemma Nunn and Alexis Carlson, who have been with me on the journey ever since it began. I would not be here without all of them. A very special thank you to charming Lord Price and Anne Frank and the team at CMI for this very special evening, organized with such incredible attention to detail. Thank you again so much for this wonderful honor. It means more to me than you will ever know. Thank you.
That wonderful speech from Pinky concludes our evening. I hope you've enjoyed being here. I hope you've enjoyed being in company once again. And can I wish you all a very safe journey home. Thank you.